Let's get down to business. Hey everyone, welcome back to Andrew's Wizardly Reads, and as always, I'm Andrew. Today I got another book review for you, but before we get to that book review, make sure you're liking and subscribing and hitting that bell notification so you can get regular updates for when I put out new content. Post every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That said, guys, today's book review is going to be Whoosh! Blackflame by Will White. This is the third book in the Cradle series, and if you're noticing a trend, I'm flying through this. I love Cradle. This is an instant 5 out of 5 for me. And basically, this book is basically a training montage, but it is the best training montage you could ever want. We've got all of our great characters plus a new appearance, and frankly, this is so good. This is candy for the soul, a balm to my being. I love this book. I love this series, guys. I'm not gonna hide it. I'm not gonna try and be straight-faced. I love Cradle. It is so fun. It is so refreshing. I blasted through all 357 pages of this, which this is the longest one of the Cradle series I've read so far. I read this in a day. It is maybe a day and a half. I don't know. This is so fun. It is literally, we've got Lyndon, who is basically, he's an iron now. We've got Yaren, who is trying to break through into high gold. We've got Ethan, who has adopted them into the Aurelius family. Jai Long has officially set out on his quest for revenge against his clan for exiling him and not helping his sister. And literally, we've got Cassius Aurelius, which I love Cassius. Cassius is so cool. He's trying to reel Ethan in, and Ethan's just like, nope, I'm gonna go do what I want. I'm gonna go be irresponsible. I'm the Underlord. You're a high gold. Away with you. I love all the character interactions here. This is easily one of the best found families I've read in a long time. It's not the greatest, but it's starting to get there. So essentially, where we left off back in Soulforged is literally on accident, Lyndon killed a high gold, but that's because the high gold was trying to kill him. But heaven forbid Ethan or Lyndon, an iron, defend himself and kill a high gold. It's unheard of. Basically, he has impugned the honor of the high gold by killing him because he wasn't a high enough station to be worthy of challenging him. So he should have just had the dignity to die. But with his blood-forged iron body, Lyndon is basically, he heals at a really, really accelerated rate. So when the high gold tried to kill him, he messed up. Basically, he underestimated Lyndon and left him just enough alive for him to basically snap back. And so, but Ethan steps in and he's like, hey, listen, this kind of sucks, but he's in my clan and I don't even technically have to honor this duel. Here's what I'll do. If you can give him a year, I'm going to try and train him up to your level. And then in a year you can have an official sanctioned duel where you can then try and kill him. I'm so clever. And basically Ethan just kind of scampers away. He gives Jai Long the spear because, frankly, he doesn't see any need for it. And Lyndon's just like, but the spear! And he's like, you don't need that. And we start to find out that Ethan might be a bit crazy. Actually, we know Ethan's a bit crazy. Cassius is just like, listen, you need to go easy on this, guys. And with the training. And Ethan goes, oh, don't worry, I'm no longer that lax anymore. And Lyndon's just like, but the story sounds horrifying. He's like, don't worry, I'll be so much harder on you. I'm gonna make you cry. And it's just fantastic because basically, we're finally in a situation where Lyndon and Yaren are put in a situation where they start to have to finally start leaning on each other because very quickly, in the span of a year, this book takes place in, I think, about 5 to 6 months. So this is the course of 5 to 6 months of just training to get Lyndon where he needs to be. And in order to do that, Ethan takes Yaren and he takes Lyndon, and he brings in a new character, which is Orthos. And Orthos is basically like a descendant of dragons. He's a giant fire turtle. He's a Blackflame fire turtle. And he is brought in to help Linden grow, and some sort of contract is forged. Now, we don't really understand how contracts works, other than that each person gets something from the other. And I'm picturing this kind of like an Aes Sedai award or contract in the Wheel of Time. So, you know, Orthos is a sacred beast, and he's brought in to kind of help train Linden on his path, on the path that he has selected in order to save the Sacred Valley from the destruction that is incoming. And from there, just shenanigans ensue. It is so good. Easily some of the funnest training montages, literally seeing them figure it out. It's still not super deep writing. That's not what this series is. I'm going to hammer that in with each release. What this is this is good, clean fun. The characters make sense. The relationships make sense. The characters are well written. They have great personality. But this isn't like, the world is so big. You've got the whole interdimensional aspect. This is just good, clean fun in book format. This very much reads like an anime. You know, I've mentioned this before, but basically, if you've watched an anime, this is the closest thing other to a manga that you can get. I mean, this is, I don't understand how Will Wright has done this, because there's nothing particularly different about the writing, and yet somehow the way he's writing the books is it's easy to visualize what's going on in this world and in this series. Like, I have zero issue picturing everything in my brain. And so it makes it really, really fun, because the moving picture aspect, there's an actual term for this. I don't know what it is. I'll look it up one day, and then I'll feel a little bit smarter. But Will Wright accomplishes that amazingly well here. And honestly, if you have not started Cradle, I mean, I was told to wait till this book, because this is when it got good. And don't get me wrong, this book is absolutely amazing. I was having great time in Unsold. I was having a blast back in Soulforged, and by this time, I'm ready to hip skip. I want to throw out my entire TBR and just focus on the Cradle series. Now, of course, I can't do that. I want to, but I can't do it. I love it. I love this series. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Boiled Jellyfish, for turning me on to the series. I had heard about it here and there, and I'd seen it, and I just like, whatever. And then my good friend in the Discord decided to send me the first 2 books, which he's also sent me the 3rd and 4th. He is becoming my Cradle patron. Literally, it is entirely up to him that I started reading this series, and I cannot thank him enough. Literally, if you have not joined our Discord, there are very easy ways to get me to gush on about books, and that is by sharing your enthusiasm for a series with me in that Discord. And that is what he did, and I am just so appreciative that he turned me onto this series. That said, guys, that is it for this book review. I will catch you in, I believe the next book is Skysworn. So if you are here purely for Cradle series, fear not, I am going to continue. I've already got Skysworn. I'm locked and loaded. I'm ready to go. At the minute I can fit it into my TBR, it's getting read like that. This is competing for my like palette cleansers with Discworld. This is so good, guys. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of Cradle, what you think of Blackflame, what you think of all the previous books. Am I in for this absolutely crazy wild ride? You tell me. So till next time, guys. Peace out. Stay magical. Bye.